From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Wednesday morning. We do have an alert day in place for today and for tomorrow as well. Fires are the main concern, but it's a multifaceted concern. But thankfully, fire concerns going down as we do have some rain chances, temperatures going way down as we head into this weekend. So there's a lightning fire aspect to today's forecast, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. specifically for the Cascades and the Kittitas Valley, and then more so of a widespread wind-driven fire concern for this evening and for tomorrow. So we'll have a lot more to say about those later in the show. Thankfully, wind gusts not a factor for this morning. That is not going to be the case as we head into the evening, especially after 5 p.m. Temperature is feeling pretty good out there. 55 for the Tri-Cities, 56 for Yakima, 54 for Ellensburg. Here's your coat cast for today for the Tri-Cities. A very light jacket needed this morning. After that, it is going to be all t-shirt weather as it will be toasty for today. Around 95 for Yakima and the Tri-Cities. You see those thunderstorm chances for the valleys, but we will talk about the fires actively still on the map coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, a Benton City fire travels south and multiplies. The blaze that has left one person with life-threatening injuries. And a public fight over euthanasia policy as Pasco City Hall. The debate over 2 lives at the center of rehabilitation efforts. Plus 9 hospitalizations, some with critical injuries, in the aftermath of a Hermiston crash, why off-duty personnel went on duty to support the response.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Salas. Now, Kennewick police arrested a man after an alleged bear spray attack and fire Tuesday night. Officers were called to a home on East 5th Avenue just after 7:20, following a report of someone being sprayed with bear spray. Police say the suspect was in an RV behind the home. When officers arrived, they reported the RV was on fire, and the man climbed onto the roof, refusing to come down. Fire crews got there around 7:30, but the flames spread to at least 2 nearby sheds, sending thick black smoke into the air. The RV and sheds were heavily damaged. Police from Kennewick, Benton County, and Pasco worked together to get the man to surrender. Officers say he held broken glass to his throat and tried to block them with debris. Non-lethal pepper balls were used, and around 8:15, officers were able to arrest him. He was taken away by ambulance, and this is a developing story, and we'll have more updates as we learn more. Switching gears here now to Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth, who has been taking track of all of the fires recently. I know we just had some recent ones as of late. What can you tell us, Josh?
Yeah, the big one yesterday was the Wagon Wheel fire, which started in Benton City. It's 500 acres. No official word on containment, but we do know that forward progress of this one has been stopped. Still, it looks like technically still a few active hotspots here, but level 2 BSET evacuations still in place for this little chunk of Benton City. The exact boundaries are as follows: north of Coral Creek Road, west of State Route 225, east of Rosa Road, south of Wagon Wheel Road. So in this boundary, that's where you have to be set, you have to be packed, you have to be ready to leave at a moment's notice in case that fire flares up again. And that's what happens with these sometimes. They kind of ebb and they flow. That's what happened with this one at the start. This is the Garrett Road fire. That's right on the county line of Douglas and Grant County. We'll continue to round up. We'll say it's 3,400 acres, 27% contained. So that containment went up to 27% yesterday. We're not seeing nearly the amount of hotspots that we were over the past couple days. And that level 3 evacuation has been downgraded to just a precautionary level 1 evacuation for the Sun Lakes camping area. So good news on that front. And then this Van Hallbeek fire, I was tracking some active hotspots with this one yesterday. We haven't gotten an official update on this one over the past couple days, but I'm continuing to monitor this one very closely in case this one flares up again. But for more information on all these fires, let's send it back to Zoe.
The wagon wheel fire broke out just before noon Tuesday in Benton City. Officials tell us one person has life-threatening injuries and is in the hospital. We are told no firefighters were hurt and no primary structures or homes have been harmed. The flames started near Wagon Wheel Road and eventually turned into 3 separate incidents that traveled south. Forward progress has stopped thanks in part to wildland and water strike teams, along with aerial support. The Benton County Sheriff's Office says personnel will be on site to address any hotspots.
We did have the wagon wheel fire, and then we had a fire off of Juan and Corral Creek, and then we had a fire off of Babb. So each one of those fires was independent of itself. The Juan and Corral Creek may have been a spot fire from the wagon wheel incident. However, that's still to be determined and investigated.
As of now, the cause has not yet been determined. And the Southeast Washington Interagency Incident Management Team has assumed command of the Garrard Road fire located in Grant and Douglas counties. The fire started Sunday afternoon, burning southeast and at one point jumping Highway 17. Officials say there are no reports of injuries or primary structures lost, but some outbuildings were destroyed. The cause is currently under investigation. And in Walla Walla County, and more specifically in the Prescott area, the Van Holbeek fire is seeing containment progress, but gusty winds on Monday night led to rapid fire growth in difficult to access locations. Fortunately, no structures were lost and no one was hurt. A dedicated crew stayed on scene Monday overnight to prevent the fire from flaring up. And dramatic video of another fire, this one breaking out Monday night just southwest of Mattawa. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says a couple of shops and a vacant double-wide home were lost. The Road U fire started just after 6 p.m. on the 24900 block of Road U Southwest. It burned about 15 acres, but crews contained it by 9 p.m. and firefighters remained at the scene through the overnight hours to mop up. No one was hurt, thankfully, and the cause remains under investigation at this time. And in Oregon, 9 people are now in the hospital after a vehicle carrying a trailer crashed on Interstate 82 in Hermiston. UCFD1 says the victims suffered varying degrees of injuries. Many of them were critical. Officials say it happened Tuesday afternoon on the interstate. Emergency crews arrived to find a vehicle towing a trailer had rolled several times and came to rest in the median. The local emergency response system was overtaxed by the incident, requiring off-duty personnel to go on duty to respond to other medical emergencies throughout the district. The cause at this time is under investigation. And a 39-year-old Sela man died at the scene of a high-speed crash on Interstate 82 in Yakima city limits early Tuesday morning. WSP says the man identified as Zachary T. Klein, who was not wearing his seatbelt. It happened just after 12:30 a.m., and troopers say they arrived to find a car had crashed into a guardrail after it was headed northbound on 1st Street and onto westbound 82. But they determined that he was going too fast, left the roadway, which led to the crash, and it is unknown yet if drugs or alcohol were involved. And new drone video is showing a technical river rescue on the Yakima River. Early Monday afternoon, KitCom received a 911 call that a 69-year-old man was stranded on top of a log jam in fast water on the Yakima River east of Cle Elum. The man had launched his kayak at the Tenaway boat launch near the junction of SR 970 and State Route 10. A short distance downstream, he was overtaken by the fast, cold river and thrown from his kayak. He was able to get himself out of the water, but only by climbing onto a log jam in the middle of the river. Swift Water Rescue trained deputies responded and rescued the man. It was this kayaker's first time on this section of the Yakima River. And in Pasco, 2 dogs at Tri-Cities Animal Services are at the center of a public fight over a euthanasia policy. Monday night, advocates packed Pasco City Hall, urging council members to give Stanley and Rusty a chance at rehabilitation. A Seattle board and train program is already paid for and set to begin on July 13th.
We already paid the deposit for both dogs to go to a 4-week, maybe 5-week board and train facility in Seattle.
But city leaders point to documented bite histories and say public safety cannot be overlooked. As of Tuesday, 1 rescue stepped up for Stanley. However, talks for Rusty are ongoing. And coming up here on Good Morning Northwest, it's being called a sign of bipartisan frustration as the Senate vote on a measure the president is expected to veto. And more on your weather forecast as you're getting ready for your Wednesday morning. Everything you can expect as we get into this other half of the week. So stay tuned after this.
During our Patriot sale, you'll get amazing values.
Like a Sealy Queen mattress for $3.99.
Come to Mattress Depot USA.
Before our Patriot sale ends.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
The unbelievable summer sticker sales event is going on now at Overturf Kia in Pasco. Save an additional $750 when you purchase select new 2026 Sportage, Sportage Hybrid, Sorento, Sorento Hybrid, along with Carnival and Carnival Hybrids. From now until July 6th, Overturf Kia, just south of Highway I-182 at the Road 100 Broadmoor Boulevard exit on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
The little pill with a big story to tell.
Jardiance plays a role in my story, too. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well with Jardiance, a once-daily pill that helps lower my A1C. It works 24/7 in the body to flush out some sugar.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is a little pill with a big story to tell. And if you ask me, it's pretty swell. Action!
Bottom of the 9th. Intense competition. This is the dream.
Jimmy knows the game's on the line, and he's ready.
I've got this.
What a shot.
Life's better when you're protected under our roof. Because your house
What a game.
is home base for their dreams.
I did it!
Bundle life and save on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
During our Patriot sale, you'll get amazing values.
Like a Sealy Queen mattress for $3.99.
Come to Mattress Depot USA.
Before our Patriot sale ends.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to continue to be quite toasty through tomorrow and substantially cooler for Friday and then as we head into this weekend. Okay, but more hot stuff for today. Here is your day planner forecast for this Wednesday for the Yakima Valley. 90 degrees as soon as lunchtime. We're going to continue to be into the 90s for the warmest part of the day. So for today, 96 for the Tri-Cities, 95 for Sunnyside, 93 for Walla Walla, 91 in Ellensburg. This is going to be about 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. But look at where we're going to be at by Saturday. 72 in the Yakima Valley. That's going to be 11 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. So that's going to be a 22-degree drop-off from Wednesday to Saturday. So can you tell there's going to be a cold front? Okay, we'll take it back to today where the UV index is going to be very high. On a scale from 1 to 11, it'll be an 8. So that means that your skin could burn within 15 minutes. So be sure that you're putting on the SPF at least 30, reapplying at least every couple hours, and spending plenty of time in the shade, especially if you're going to be working outside for today. Okay, and then those pollen counts continue to be in the medium-high category through, I'd say, at least Thursday. I have a feeling that some of these Friday numbers might get driven down by some of the rain chances, but the top allergens continue to be grasses, plantain, and nettle. And the top concern continues to be fire concerns over the next 48 hours. We got a lightning fire potential. We have a wind-driven fire potential. We'll talk about both aspects to the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
For the first time, the Senate voted to end the war in Iran. This comes after the House also passed this measure a few weeks ago. ABC's Karen Waugh has the latest from the nation's capital.
President Trump is set to meet with Senate Republicans today, furious after they voted with Democrats to stop the war in Iran unless there's approval from Congress.
Only Congress has the power to take this nation to war, and this one must end. In fact, Trump never, ever should have started it.
This is the 10th time the Senate has tried to stop this war. The House approved a similar measure a few weeks back. While Tuesday's vote is largely symbolic, President Trump is expected to quickly veto it. It's a clear sign of bipartisan frustration.
Obviously, it's going differently than originally we were told it was going to go. I agree with the original aims, but it does not seem as if we've accomplished them.
But President Trump still touted the deal as triumphant, speaking to a rally in Pennsylvania.
Now we're leaving Iran with no Navy, no Air Force, no anti-aircraft, no missile capability, no nuclear program. We're leaving them without any nuclear capacity, and they've agreed to that.
But Iran has made no new commitments regarding its nuclear program in the deal signed with the U.S. And while President Trump says Iran has agreed to allow nuclear inspections, Iran's foreign ministry says they do not have any plans to allow IAEA inspections of Iran's nuclear facilities.
Iranians are saying there's no scheduled visit for the IAEA inspectors. Is that part of your agreement?
They're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. They know they're wrong. They told us inside, and we have it down 100% inspections.
Now the Pentagon is still asking Congress for nearly $80 billion in taxpayer dollars to cover the cost of the war and military budget shortfalls. Switching gears here, coming up on Good Morning Northwest, everything you need to know for this alert day we are going into as Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth has been tracking and continuing those fire risks that you need to know right after this.
If you're seeing this ad, then it must mean two things. It's my 75th anniversary, and you're getting 2 tacos for 75 cents. Happy 75th anniversary to me. Happy Taco Tuesday to you. Get 2 tacos for 75 cents in-app only.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Celebrate the 4th with huge savings this week at Walker's. Upgrade your home with more value than ever before, or take it home today and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years. This week at Walker's.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Our new orthopedic regenerative medicine clinic with Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jeffrey B. Higgs is now offering a variety of treatments, including platelet-rich plasma injections to enhance injury recovery, promote healing, and treat pain associated with early osteoarthritis. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Spring is
is here, and everything's in bloom at Queensgate Gardens. Bright flowering hanging baskets, fresh color, and garden-ready plants are waiting for you. Swing by in Richland and make your space pop. Queensgate Gardens, your spring starts here.
Jack, tell me one core value you live by.
Good things come to those who order my Munch Better deals for $4.99. Choose between a Junior Jumbo Jack meal or Junior Chicken Sandwich meal. Some say be the change. I say keep the change.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
911, where's your emergency?
There's a body ejected, huge accident. There's so much blood.
Recently, Apple Valley News Now was honored as a regional Edward R. Murrow winner for investigative reporting in the case of a Washington State trooper and if she received preferential treatment.
In terms of a red flag, how would you kind of feel about that?
That one bothers me a lot.
Being honored for journalistic excellence is important, but knowing we're asking questions you want answered is how our team is on your side. Thanks for watching Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have an alert day in place over the next 48 hours for a couple different reasons. Fires are the chief concern, but we have a lightning fire risk and a wind-driven fire risk. First, let's talk about the lightning fire risk from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin and for the Kittitas Valley. So we'll put this into motion with Futurecast satellite and radar. The day is going to start off dry, even a decent amount of sunshine, but around and just a little bit after lunchtime, starting to see some of these showers and thunderstorms popping up on the map, and it looks as if most of those will be off the map by 8 p.m. So that's the round we're concerned about, at least when it comes to the lightning fire potential, and then some more widespread rainfall for Thursday night into Friday. That's going to bring the fire potential down. Thank goodness it's going to bring the temperatures down as well. So that's pretty good news, but let's go back to the lightning potential for today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., a breakdown of some of the chances. Usually the magic threshold is about 20%. Once you see 20% chances and above that, that's when the lightning fire potential goes way up. So I'm mainly concerned about the Kittitas Valley and the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin. So that would be Kittitas County, right? And that would be on top of critically 2 extremely dry fuels. So that's the lightning fire aspect. Now here's the wind-driven fire aspect. For tonight and for tomorrow, much more widespread across the map. See gusts for today. We've already established that the fuels are going to be critically to extremely dry, but the winds for today, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., the peak gust is going to be anywhere between 15 to 35 miles per hour. Then for tomorrow, a little bit stronger, a little bit more widespread, anywhere between 25 to 30 miles per hour, 25 to 35 miles per hour. And again, it's going to be extremely dry out there. So once again, fires could start or spread quickly in an environment like that. Okay, more widespread shower and thunderstorm chances that you saw in Futurecast for late Thursday into Friday. Again, it doesn't look like we're going to pick up that much, but humidity values will go up, temperature is going to go down, vegetation, dryness value is going to go down as well. That is all some terrific news. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Hot and dry Wednesday, then the winds and fire concerns pick up for Wednesday evening and Thursday. For Yakima, small chances of thunderstorms today, perhaps some better chances for Friday. Then for Ellensburg, good enough lightning chances for a lightning fire potential on Wednesday, then more fire concerns on Thursday. For Hermiston, a stretch of windy weather from Thursday through Tuesday, with the worst fire danger being Thursday. And finally for Walla Walla, keeping it dry through Thursday, then cooler and wetter for Friday through Sunday.
All right, Joshua, I like the sound of that. I hope that these cooler temperatures, this trend that we got, I hope it sticks. I hope it stays for just a little bit.
Yeah,
a little
let's
longer.
Keep mid 70s to low 80s and like some little rain chances through the 4th of July, but not enough to rain out any barbecues.
Yeah, no, but enough where we won't be like so hot, and hopefully no fire chances. That's what we want. All right, well, coming up in your entertainment news, an animated film is getting a helping hand, or should I say voice, from a well-known director. They return to the big screen when we come back.
Injured in a car crash? The insurance company can sure make you feel small. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
Call 853-2222.
If you'd like to improve your sleep for less, then right now is the perfect time to visit Walker's Furniture for their 4th of July mattress event. Experience first-class sleep and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years this week at Walker's.
At Fred's Appliance, we know that real life is dishes in the sink, whether you're on the go or staying at home. As the #1 Bosch dealer in the region, we have the largest in-stock get-it-today inventory ready to provide you relief from the sink. We don't do gimmicks, just clean dishes and everyday low prices. With our price match guarantee and friendly customer service, we make it convenient for you to shop appliances. Fred's Appliance, your local appliance expert since 1962.
Living with chronic migraine? 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine, and treatment is 4 times a year. So why wait? Talk to your doctor.
Botox effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as trouble swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Those with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions like rash, breathing problems, dizziness, neck and injection site pain, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions like ALS, myasthenia gravis or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medicines like botulinum toxins, which may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 91% of patients wish they'd started Botox sooner. Ask your doctor today. If eligible, you may pay $0.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts thanks Shelby's Floral and Hapo Community Credit Union for supporting Bikes for Tykes. If you know a child who needs a bike but can't afford one, click Bikes for Tykes on our website. From Shelby's Floral, Hapo Community Credit Union, and Apple Valley News Now.
Injured in a car crash? The insurance company can sure make you feel small. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
Call 853-2222.
Welcome back. For your entertainment news, Star Wars creator George Lucas is swapping the director's chair for a microphone in his unexpected comeback to the big screen.
Yeah, Lucas is lending his voice to a character in the upcoming animated movie Minions and Monsters, and that's according to the CEO of Illumination, a studio behind the project.
He says the idea for Lucas to appear came up spontaneously during production and got a quick yes. And also, recently, Madonna said Universal Pictures refused to give her the big budget she wanted for her biopic.
Yeah, Madonna said that after that deal fell through, Netflix offered her a series. The 67-year-old pop music icon says Universal wanted what she called an extortionist price to buy back the script she wrote.
And Madonna went on to say she searched for months for writers and producers for the proposed series, but couldn't find any. She also spoke on her health troubles, saying years of dancing in high heels and running on pavement have left her with no cartilage in one knee. Wow, well, props to Madonna, and I hope she gets that figured out. I would love to see a Madonna biopic. She's absolutely an icon.
Have you had enough of the biopics, or do you want more?
Personally, I enjoy them. I like to see how they feel, you know? Yeah.
To agree to disagree.
Oh, okay.
I've had enough.
Oh, okay. We'll have to have a conversation about that. All right. Well, coming up here, Prosser invests in pilot safety, the critical airport infrastructure upgrades, with the finish line in sight. Then, as Kennewick continues to grow, so is the growing need for improvements. What a downtown study is revealing about potentially overlooked investments. Coming up after this.
We're here for those who build America. If that's who you are, you value what we value, and you should pay what we pay.
The 4th of July mattress savings are on now at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores. And that means big discounts on your favorite brands, like Beautyrest Black mattresses and Certas iComfort sets. Now's the perfect time to upgrade your sleep and pay over time, with no money down, no minimum purchase, and no interest financing for up to 5 years. So you can get that good sleep you've been wanting with savings worth celebrating this week at Walker's.
Listen to the heartbeat.
Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Just announced. Get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500, Equinox, and Trax models with no payments until after Labor Day. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it.
See your community Chevy dealers.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through July 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when paired with an eligible Daikin ductless system at Bruce Heating and Air.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
So I think kindness and understanding are probably the two big ones that I try to bring to my dental practice. I see dental care evolving to be more of a holistic approach, looking at the whole body as opposed to just the mouth, just the teeth, looking at the person as a whole. I'm really excited to be a part of that because I feel like that's how we should be approaching all aspects of medicine. I work 2 days a week in here. The rest of the time, I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I feel like coming in here is my break for my kids. They're amazing, but this gives me a chance to have adult conversations with people and I guess flex a different muscle.
Lifetime Dental Care, located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
We're here for those who build America. If that's who you are, you value what we value, and you should pay what we pay.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis. Now we're going to start this off with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. Josh, I know it's an alert day today. What are we tracking? What does everyone need to know?
Yeah, we are tracking very high fire danger, the potential for lightning fires, the potential for wind-driven fires as well. So that would be for both today and for tomorrow. Thankfully, things are going to be a little bit more, they're going to be cooler and the humidity is going to go up, even some rain chances for Friday and beyond, but especially for Friday. Okay, so there's going to be the lightning fire potential 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. for the Cascades and the Kittitas Valley, and then a more widespread wind-driven fire concern from for this evening and for tomorrow as well. So that's what we're dealing with. We'll have a lot more to say about that later in the show. For this morning, winds not a factor, but they'll definitely be picking up after 5 p.m. Temperatures feeling pretty good out there. 55 for the Tri-Cities, 62 for Walla Walla, 56 in Yakima. Your precip chances for today for the Yakima Valley. Model consensus is saying that the best rain chance is going to be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. But Futurecast was saying that would be a little bit closer to 2 p.m. So we have like a real split in what the models think right now. We'll see how it ends up panning out. But otherwise for today, no controversy about the temperatures. It is going to be hot. We'll be around 95 for both Yakima and the Tri-Cities. But okay, speaking of fires, let's talk about the fires that sparked up yesterday, specifically the Wagon Wheel fire that sparked up in Benton City yesterday afternoon. 500 acres, no official word on containment. It does look like there's a few more active hotspots out there, but we know that forward progression of this fire has been stopped. That being said, there's still those level 2B set evacuations in place for this chunk of Benton City. The official boundary would be north of Coral Creek Road, west of State Route 225, east of Rosa Road, south of Wagon Wheel Road. So if you're in these bounds, be packed, be ready to leave at a moment's notice in case this fire flares up. And a fire that has flared up before would be the Garrett Road fire, which is burning right on the border of Grant and Douglas County in Washington. This one is just shy of 3,400 acres. Containment jumped up by 27% yesterday, not seeing nearly the active hotspots that we were just a couple days back. And that level 3 evacuation has been downgraded to level 1 for the Sun Lakes camping area. But a lot more to say about fire concerns moving forward coming up a little bit later in the show.
All right, speaking on the topic of fires, fireworks are now on sale across Oregon. Retail fireworks can be purchased until July 6th in the Beaver State, where fireworks that leave the ground are considered illegal. Now, fireworks that fly in the air, explode, or behave in an uncontrolled and unpredictable manner are not allowed. And any purchased in another state are also considered illegal. And in Washington State, consumer fireworks go on sale on June 28th. And the Prosser Airport is nearing the finish line on a major improvement project aimed at extending the life of the facility and improving safety for pilots. The work began in early May and required temporary runway closures while crews repaired cracks throughout the airfield and upgraded critical electrical infrastructure, including runway and approach lighting.
So we started about a month and a half ago, and all the big delays and airport closures are behind us. We're just waiting on a few odds and ends to show up to fix some of the electrical issues that we've had, and then we'll be ready to go.
The Port of Benton says a roughly $2 million rehabilitation project has included pavement repairs, fresh runway markings, and a complete replacement of the airport's aging lighting system with new LED technology. And in Kennewick, as historic downtown continues to grow, a recent study has identified possible improvements for the district. But supporters say the next step is turning those ideas into a long-term plan. From new businesses to building renovations, supporters say downtown Kennewick has seen steady private investment over the last decade, but they say many of the systems underneath it, including water, sewer, and other infrastructure, have been largely overlooked, and they are trying to work towards future improvements. And in Sunnyside, the city is preparing for another leadership change in its finance department. City Council members weighed in on two timelines to end Finance Director Monica Hostifer's contract. One option was to give her a 30-day written notice of termination or a 10-day written notice. As council members discussed both options, Council member Karen Vasquez urged a careful transition to avoid mistakes, especially with looming federal funding deadlines. Ultimately, the motion for a 30-day notice failed on a tie. A second motion ending the contract with a 10-day written notice passed. And coming up here on Good Morning Northwest, a summer tradition returns to Benton City. Why you might want to brush up on the country's history of this America 250 celebration. And your time is 6:38. We're taking a live look out into Richland. Looking like it's going to be a beautiful morning so far, but everything you're going to want to know about the forecast in your area on the other end of the break, so stay with us.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust.
Bottom of the ninth. This is the dream.
What a shot!
Protect your family's dreams under our roof. Bundle life and save on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Talk about fireworks. Check out these offers during the 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress.
Light up your sleep life with the Queen Size Summit. Now only $299.99. Save up to $1,000 on select Tempur-Pedic split head king adjustable mattress sets and score a $300 gift. Take $100 off the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plus. And best of all, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, score free shipping.
It's the 4th of July sale. On now at Denver Mattress.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest 2-week savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. Pepsi brand 12-packs are buy 2, get 2, making them just $4.50 each with savings. Arm & Hammer 130 to 140-ounce laundry detergent is sale priced at $10.99. Save $5 on Nutra-Nuggets dry dog food, sale priced at $29.99. And find Winchester 9mm 100-count ammo, sale priced at just $21.99. 2 weeks of store-wide savings are going on now, only at Bi-Mart.
Jardiance plays a role in my story, too. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well.
with Jardiance, a once-daily pill that helps lower my A1C. It works 24/7 in the body to flush out some sugar.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is a little pill with a big story to tell. And if you ask me, it's pretty swell. Action!
Bottom of the ninth. This is the dream.
What a shot.
Protect your family's dreams under our roof. Fund a life and save on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Are you ready to revolutionize your career in digital advertising? Join Morgan Murphy's dynamic team at Apple Valley News Now, where innovation meets opportunity. At Apple Valley News Now, we're leading the charge in connected television and digital sales, helping local businesses thrive in today's growing and evolving market. If you're passionate about digital solutions and driving revenue growth, we want to hear from you. Check us out now at morganmurphymedia.com/current-openings to begin your journey. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be hot, hot, hot through Thursday and then a big cool down for Friday into the weekend. We're talking about like a 20 to 25 degree cool down. But for today, nothing cool about this forecast. We're going to be around 90 by lunchtime and then up into the mid 90s for the warmest part of the day. So let's take you on that zone by zone tour of this Wednesday forecast. We start off up in the Cascades where we'll have 70s and 80s. And then in the Kittitas Valley, 91 for Ellensburg. We will have those chances for thunderstorms, decent lightning chances, all things considered, just 20% chances, but that's enough to start lightning fires, especially given how dry it is out there, critically to extremely dry fuels. So that main time frame would be 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Also some chances for thunderstorms in the Yakima Valley, not as good as the chances in the Kittitas Valley, but we'll be in the mid 90s up and down the valley. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, most of us in the mid 90s, 96 for the Tri-Cities, 96 for the Hanford site and for Benton City. Then for the Blue Foothills, low to mid 90s, 91 for Lexington, 95 for Milton Freewater. Finally for the Blues, 70s and 80s, just kind of depending on your elevation. All right, so for today, like I said, for the Tri-Cities, we'll be at 96. That's going to be 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year, but then cooling things off by 22 degrees from Wednesday to Saturday. 74 on Saturday. That's going to be 12 degrees cooler than normal, and then we'll slowly but surely warm things back up into next week. But everything at the top of mind right now has everything to do with fire concerns. Lightning fire concerns, wind-driven fire concerns as well. We'll talk about both those aspects to the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
And Benton City is getting ready for a busy summer and fall as a number of community events are set to return to the area, including a major 4th of July America 250 celebration, plus one of the city's biggest annual events. The Benton City Chamber of Commerce says one of the first events coming up is on the 4th of July. Plans for the event include activities in the park, a downtown parade, and even a Family Feud style game centered around American history and trivia. And your time now is 6:44, still ahead. On Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint. And as you're getting up this morning, everything you need to know about the alert day. We are heading into all the fire concerns that you should be looking out for. Find out on the other end of the break.
If you're seeing this ad, then it must mean two things. It's my 75th anniversary, and you're getting 2 tacos for 75 cents. Happy 75th anniversary to me. Happy Taco Tuesday to you. Get 2 tacos for 75 cents in-app only.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
T-Mobile has the best network. That's why there's no better place to get iPhone 17 Pro on them. Hold on. Is this big enough? We should have music, lights, banners. I mean, you gotta feel it. Get the most powerful iPhone ever on the best network. I should dance.
This is big. At T-Mobile, get the incredible iPhone 17 Pro on us, on the best network.
I'm gonna do a flip. Nailed it.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is bringing rhythm and romance with a concert under the summer stars. Brindis por Siempre and Grupo Control live. On August 1st, enjoy a night out with Latin music, dancing, food trucks, and fun. Every ticket is good for free play. Ticket options include table seating with meet and greet, premium reserve seats, and lawn seats. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com or on the app. Only at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton.
Have you heard? Tempur-Pedic sleep is better sleep.
With innovative materials developed for astronauts, Tempur-Pedic mattresses reduce motion transfer,
Which means less tossing and turning, so you can sleep undisturbed through the night. But which Tempur-Pedic is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Tempur-Pedic.
And right now, save up to $1,000 on select Tempur-Pedic split head king sleep systems. Or check out the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
First, at Shriners Children's, the world's most advanced scoliosis procedures are born here. In fact, we deliver access to the world's best doctors for nearly every pediatric orthopedic condition. Where delivering care without compromise is our promise. And kids can just be kids. Because being first always starts with empowering the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
Jack, tell me one core value you live by.
Good things come to those who order my Munch Better deals for $4.99. Choose between a Junior Jumbo Jack meal or Junior Chicken Sandwich meal. Some say be the change. I say keep the change. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have a lightning fire potential for today and also a wind-driven fire potential for tonight and then into tomorrow. So first, the lightning fire potential 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. for the Cascades and Upper Yakima Basin and also for the Kittitas Valley. So we'll put all this into motion with Futurecast. This morning starting off sunny, but that could fuel some of those thunderstorm chances that'll pop up around, I think, probably after lunchtime. This is 2 p.m. You see the Kittitas, the Yakima Valley, the Cascades, seeing some of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. That'll continue until about 8 p.m. And I think that's probably when most of this is going to fall off of the map. Now, just for good measure, into Thursday night and eventually into Friday, much more of a soaking rainfall, especially for the mountains, but this is going to bring up humidity values. This is going to bring down temperatures. This is going to bring down fire concerns as well, but it's not going to bring them down to zero. Okay. Now here's a different look at all that. Here are the lightning chances from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Usually the magic number is about 20% and above that. That's when the lightning fire potential starts to get real, I don't want to say promising, but that's when it gets really real, right? And so especially when that happens over critically to extremely dry vegetation. So that's one aspect of the forecast. The other aspect would be the wind-driven aspect, fire potential for today, for this evening, and for tomorrow. So we've already established that's going to be critically to extremely dry out there. The wind gusts for today across the map anywhere between 15 to 35 miles per hour. For tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., looking at gusts between 25 to 35 miles per hour. And once again, it will be critically to extremely dry out there. So once again, fires could start or spread quickly. Now, like I said, the saving grace in the forecast is that we'll have rain chances picking up Thursday night into Friday. I mean, it doesn't look like the rain chances are going to be all that impressive for the Tri-Cities, but relative humidity values going up, temperatures going down, and vegetation dryness going down as well. So even though it doesn't look like we'll pick up that much rainfall, the benefits will be tangible. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Hot and dry Wednesday, then the winds and fire concerns pick up for Wednesday evening and Thursday. For Yakima, small chances of thunderstorms today, perhaps some better chances for Friday. And then for Ellensburg, good enough lightning chances for a lightning fire potential on Wednesday, then more fire concerns on Thursday. For Hermiston, a stretch of windy weather from Thursday through Tuesday, with the worst fire danger being Thursday. Finally, for Walla Walla, keeping it dry through Thursday, then cooler and wetter for Friday through Sunday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, behind the scenes at the NBA Draft.
With the first pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise Dabansa Jr.
Can you put it to words how you're feeling right now?
Just blessed.
Yeah.
Just blessed and honored.
All eyes on Barclays Center in Brooklyn as we meet the newest faces of the NBA. And this morning, those excited future superstars are speaking out to GMA.
With the second pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Darren Peterson.
Tell me about when this dream began.
The dream began, I feel like, as soon as I was conscious of what basketball was.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on the NBA Draft. Plus, a live interview with #1 draft pick A.J. Dibonsa. With your GMA First Look, I'm Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
You know, when it comes to gutter protection, there's a lot of names being thrown around out there, but there's only one Leaf Guard. Now, other companies will try to sell you a screen, a mesh, or a cover to go over your old gutters, but those don't compare to Leaf Guard. The top's not a cover, it's part of the gutter. Leaf Guard is the only patented one-piece seamless system with a clog-free guarantee and transferable lifetime warranty. And during our Ugly Gutters sale, trade in your old gutters and we'll give you up to $500 toward your purchase of a complete Leaf Guard system. And we'll even haul your old gutters away, plus zero down and payment starting at just $75 a month. And call during this program for a bonus. Receive a free $100 Visa gift card with your in-home estimate. Call 1-800-330-1648. Let me give you that number again, 1-800-330-1648.
Now, the morning sprint.
On Tuesday, the Senate adopted a resolution directing President Trump to end the war in Iran or seek congressional approval to continue it. The resolution is unlikely to force a change in policy. A White House official dismissed the vote, saying the resolution has no significance.
All right, and your fire watch for this morning, we're going to start off with the dramatic fire from yesterday, the Wagon Wheel fire, which started yesterday afternoon in Benton City. It's 500 acres, still seeing a few active hotspots on the map. No official word on containment, but we know that forward progression of this fire has been stopped. There's still those level 2B set evacuations in place for this chunk of Benton City, and the official boundaries are as follows. North of Coral Creek Road, west of State Route 225, east of Rosa Road, south of Wagon Wheel Road. So this is where you have to be packed. You have to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Okay, then we have the Garrett Road fire, which is still burning on the border of Grant and Douglas counties in Washington. We'll still round up, say this is around 3,400 acres. Containment jumped up by 27 percentage points yesterday, and not seeing really any active hotspots, but at the very least not seeing the active hotspots that we were seeing over the past couple of days. And to that point, those level 3 evacuations have been downgraded all the way down to level 1 precautionary be ready evacuations for the Sun Lakes camping area. And for more fire information, let's send it back to Zoe for the top 5.
All right, getting into your top 5 local here, Kennewick police arrested a man after an alleged bear spray attack and fire Tuesday night. Take a look at this here. Officers were called to a home on East 5th Avenue just after 7:20, following a report of someone being sprayed with bear spray. When officers arrived, an RV was on fire and the man climbed onto the roof, refusing to come down. Officers say he held broken glass to his throat and tried to block them with debris. Non-lethal pepper balls were used, and around 8:15, officers were able to arrest him. The wagon wheel fire broke out just before noon Tuesday in Benton City, and officials tell us one person has life-threatening injuries and is in the hospital. We are told no firefighters were hurt and no primary structures or homes have been harmed. The flames started near Wagon Wheel Road and eventually turned into 3 separate incidents that traveled south. The Benton County Sheriff's Office says personnel will be on site to address any hotspots. And 9 people are now in the hospital after a vehicle carrying a trailer crashed on Interstate 82 in Hermiston. UCFD1 says the victims suffered varying degrees of injuries, but many of them were critical. Officials say it happened Tuesday afternoon. Emergency crews arrived to find a vehicle towing a trailer had rolled several times and came to rest in the median. The cause of the crash is under investigation. 2 dogs at Tri-Cities Animal Services are at the center of a public fight over euthanasia policy. Monday night, advocates packed Pasco City Hall, urging council members to give Stanley and Rusty a chance at rehabilitation. A Seattle board and train program is already paid for and set to begin July 13th. City leaders point to documented bite histories and say public safety cannot be overlooked. And the Prosser Airport is nearing the finish line on a major improvement project aimed at extending the life of the facility and improving safety for pilots. The work began in early May and required temporary runway closures while crews repaired cracks throughout the airfield and upgraded critical electrical infrastructure, including runway and approach lighting.
Right, in your trending segment this morning, an honorary town crier from Australia is officially the loudest man on earth.
Wow. Well, 58-year-old Joseph McGrail Badup recently shattered a Guinness World Record that stood for more than 3 decades. He set the record inside a Canberra studio with a powerful one-word shout. A professional acoustic engineer measured the cry at an astonishing 122.4 decibels.
Yeah, that intensity matches the roar of a jet engine or a piercing ambulance siren. So, in honor of him, no!
Wow.
All right, let's get you out the door very quickly this morning. Current wind gusts, not a factor. They will be picking up after 5 p.m. Hey, it's feeling pretty good out there, 50s and 60s for lower elevations, but it'll be toasting up in a hurry. We'll be around 90 as soon as lunchtime in the Tri-Cities. Highs around 95 for Yakima and the Tri-Cities. There's the lightning fire potential for today for Kittitas County in particular, then more of a wind-driven fire potential across the map for this evening and for tomorrow. Please be on your P's and Q's when it comes to fire safety.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us for Good Morning Northwest.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow morning, and stay tuned for GNA. Have a great day.